What's going on, Graveyard Shift family? And before you even start, no, I do not have a shirt on. And yes, I do have a purple satin do-rag on my head. Y'all, I'm trying to make some money for the channel, baby. And coming to the stage, sexy chocolate. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. But I am showing y'all the reality of the Graveyard Shift, y'all. It is currently 1:15 a.m., y'all. And I am up editing a shift right now. This is the shift from Dubai. I'm putting it together, but I'm actually headed to the airport in about an hour and a half. I'm headed to, I believe I'm flying into Evansville, Virginia. No, Evansville, Indiana. Or is that Virginia? I don't know, y'all. I gotta go to Evansville. And then from Evansville, I have to drive 30 minutes to meet one of my fellow shifters. We're doing a PTO this morning. You know, PTO stands for Paranormal Travel Opportunity. We got to come up with a better name, y'all. Excuse me. Let me cut that out. We got to come up with a better name, y'all, because PTO is ridiculous. I mean, Paranormal Travel Opportunity, we can be more creative than that. Yeah, but I'm going to go meet one of our fellow shifters. I don't know the story. I don't know who we're going to connect with. But that's the way I like to keep it. I like to keep it authentic and find out in the moment. But yeah, I'm about to finish editing this video. Then I'm going to put on a shirt, for sure, put on a shirt. Take off my do-rag. Get presentable. Make sure I got Sticky Jr. with me, just in case, because we don't know who we meeting in Evansville. And we're going to get the shifting, y'all. See you soon. All right, Graveyard Shift family. Your boy has put a shirt on. And I have finished editing our video. And now I'm about to shoot an episode of Ghost of the Roasted before I head to the airport. It is now 2:06 a.m. I need to be leaving to go to the airport by 3 a.m. So let's see if I can get in a quick episode of Ghost of the Roasted, y'all. I'm back from my trip, y'all, and I'm just trying to get back to work. I missed y'all, and I hope that y'all have missed me. But have no fear, your fearless shift leader, your fearless shift later is here, guys. Oh yeah, guess what? This ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but a little bit to do with everything, baby. I know I usually do a t-shirt drop every quarter. I always do. Every 3 to 4 months, we do a Graveyard Shift t-shirt drop. As I'm sitting here this morning editing this episode of Ghosted and Roasted, it just hit me. Everybody keeps asking for a Ghosted or Roasted tee. Well, not everybody. Maybe nobody. Maybe I just made that up. But this quarter, we're just going to drop a Ghosted or Roasted tee. Now, this is for, listen, Graveyard Shift family. I hear you. If you're not a part of the Gore family, one, you're missing out. And number two, this t-shirt ain't for you. Don't be greedy. Don't you be greedy. The Gore family has to have some uniforms, baby. So if you support Gore, see, if you don't even know what Gore is, that lets me know that you toasted and you ain't roasting it or ghosting it, baby. I'm dropping all the lingo. So if you want to understand the lingo, head on over to Ghost of the Roasted, y'all. But yeah, let's get back to PTOs. I wonder if I can edit this and see where I land next. Have I become that guy? That guy that wears his face on his face, on his shirt, on his face, on his face, on his shirt, on his face as his shirt face. Y'all, one thing I'm not going to do is miss a flight. Not on something that I, you know what I mean, on me being late. Look at the great. Is this what comes with 40? Is this what comes with 40? Golly, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It is currently, I don't know, 3:47. My watch is not adjusted properly. It's 3:47 in the morning. I'm at the airport. TSA pre-check doesn't open up until 4. How am I here before they even open up? But that just lets you know I'm dedicated to the shift, baby. I'm not gonna ever oversleep and miss a flight, y'all. I am not that guy. I don't care what I got going the day before, the night of, right before. I'm gonna be at the airport for my flight. So Evansville, Virginia, Indiana, wherever it is, I will see you in a minute. All right, Houston, we might have a problem. So I'm here in Evansville, Indiana, and I'm trying to rent a car because I have to rent a car to drive 30 minutes to go beat our fellow shifter. But everywhere online, they say that cars are sold out. I don't know if you can Uber. The journey continues, y'all. But ain't nothing gonna stop no shift, baby. Ain't nothing gonna stop no shift. That is such improper English. But y'all get the point. Let's get to it. Or get some libations. No, I'm just playing. Let's see if I can try to find a car, y'all. Well, apparently every rental car in Evansville, Indiana is rented out. Supposedly because it's spring break. Now, what spring break destination is in Evansville, Indiana? Or calls for you to come through Evansville? Whatever. Y'all are trying to get in the way of the shift, man. And I don't like it. I don't like it. But here, okay, this is the plan. This is plan B. I have found an Uber. An Uber was 15 minutes away. It's going to get me to the resting community that's about 30 minutes away. But the problem is, I don't know if there will be Uberers around that area to get me back to the airport. But that's the whole point of this. We figure it out along the way, y'all. If I gotta hitchhike, or maybe our fellow shifter will bring me back to the airport. Who knows? Or maybe he might kidnap your boy. It's a coin toss, y'all. But I'm bringing y'all with me. Okay. Here's our Uber, guys. Here's our Uber. We gonna be all right. We gonna make it. What's going on, man? Uber for Dalen? Hey, how's it going? Good. All right. Here we go. Let's go. We gonna get to it, y'all. So the address that I have to the resting community isn't bringing me to a resting community. It's bringing me to a cornfield. We gotta do better at screening these PTOs, y'all. We got to do better, y'all. Here we are at the Clark Cemetery, y'all. Now, I don't know much about any of the story attached to the shifter we're meeting today. And that's how I like to keep it. Like, I just don't want any of my preconceived notions to
infiltrate the session, if that makes sense. So, yeah, all I know is that our shifter's name is Carlton, and he has me in the middle of literally nowhere. Y'all, am I tripping? Am I tripping by doing this? Yeah, y'all tell me. Am I being too trustworthy of people? Because I literally just hop on a plane, get in a car, and drive to the middle of nowhere for y'all. That ought to show y'all how much I love y'all. Please don't take advantage of me. Please don't be that one guy or that one gal. Please don't be them, y'all. Please, let me continue to do good safely. But I did. Today is one of those days that I did get to. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I got to thinking like that. So, y'all know I couldn't get a rental car. So I had to get in the car with our Uber driver. Mind you, I am an OG Uber Lyft driver. I was driving when they first hit Los Angeles years ago, y'all. Original Uber driver. Now, so I know the hustle. When you get a ride to one of these far little towns, you probably most likely won't be getting a ride back because people probably aren't utilizing the platform that much in these smaller areas like this. Who's calling the Uber out here? So the key is you ask them, you know what I'm saying, what's your day looking like on the way back? Oh man, I gotta go all the way back to the airport, man, to get a ride. Well, look, bro, how about this? You're an independent contractor, man. How about you just let me know a price and we can figure it out. If you're not gonna get a ride back all the way from here to there, why don't you just wait on your boy and let me pay you what I would have paid you to be here anyway? So you work that out. He was like, cool. Now we're driving. We starting to pull up out here. He said, who you going to meet again? I said, I don't know. He said, you by yourself? I said, I am. So he was like, so you telling me it's just me and you and whatever's in that backpack? I said, it is. Y'all, I can see how sketchy it sounds, but I had to reassure him. I had to pull up my YouTube channel. I was like, look, Brody, I promise you, this is not drug related. But I cannot promise you that it is not a precursor to me and you getting kidnapped related. But nah, he's a trooper. Oh my gosh, it's funny, but it's so true, y'all. I'm sorry for wasting y'all time. Let's get back to it. But here we are at the Clark Cemetery. Let's say hey to some people. Hey, Shackleford, Dorothy, and WM. Hope y'all are resting well. Hey, Julia, Alva, the Montgomerys. I hope y'all are resting well. Some more of the Montgomerys. What's up, Louise and Elsie Johnson? Love. Oh, y'all passed away the same year? Huh. Louis, you was born in 1894. Elsie, you was born in 1876. Louis, let me find out you had a little older. Is that your mama? Is that your mother? Or is that your wife and she's just older? But both of y'all passed in the same year. That's interesting. It's interesting. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. The Spore family. Julius and Mary. Blessings to y'all. I hope everyone here is resting well. My name is Dalen. I come in peace, love, and respect. And what I do is I come to resting communities like this, and I try to hold conversations with those who may not have been spoken to in a long time. So I'm just letting you all know my intentions and to let you know why I'm here and why I'm walking through y'all's neighborhood. It feels good out here. The air feels different out here. And when you look at it, look, This really ain't a bad place to be resting either. Surrounded by fields, clouds, air, space. Two chihuahuas over there at that house. Look at that. Like, it feels good out here. Mm. All right, family. Let's meet up with our shifter. Is this someone? Love, love, love. All right, family, here we are. I was told the man's name was Carlton. He told me he liked to be called Steve. I said, now listen, them two names are nowhere near similar to be confused by. So I'm going to let the man introduce himself, one of our fellow resident shifters. Who do we have here?
Well, my name's Steve Robb. I'm from Princeton, Indiana.
Okay. And so, Steve, how long have you been a part of the graveyard shift community?
Well, I can't say as long as some, but probably going on a year.
Okay. How'd you come across this?
Well, because I didn't get very many channels when I moved to a different thing, and so YouTube popped up, and I seen yours, and I kind of passed it a few times until I actually sat down and watched one, and I've been hooked ever since.
Okay. So now, did you know me before, like on the show Ghost Brothers or anything?
Yeah, I've seen you a few times.
Okay. So have you always been into like paranormal shows or like content, or like what is your thoughts?
Well, like a lot of people, ghost adventures, I know, but I started on Paranormal something. It was back in the 70s or 80s. I can't remember exactly what the name of it was. And ever since there's a show comes on TV, I usually watch it.
All right. So I asked that, so it leads to my next question. So are you a believer in like spirits and yeah, or even the idea of communicating with spirits? Is that something that you believe in? Have you ever had an experience before?
Well, yeah, I believe in the paranormal, and you can ask my grandson. I think we got a few guests at our apartment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel like the place you stay now is inhabited.
Yeah.
By something good, bad, not sure?
Not sure, because they kind of say to my grandson that's his brother, but he don't have a brother, so yeah, I think it's have some spirits at the apartment where I live.
Okay. Now, do you have any idea where that they might have come from, or?
No, but they always say whenever they have a lot of remodeling, that amps up, and that whole apartment complex I live at is on major remodeling.
Gotcha.
So I think that's, yeah, there's a few things I seen.
Right.
It's just, thought I'd look a little bit.
Listen, you out here styling.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You out here styling. You
Well,
ain't
I have to style for all those 80+ people.
Hold on, let me find out. Steve, are you single?
Yeah, I'm single.
Okay, listen, ladies. This is a new thing that we're doing with the Graveyard Shift family. This is called the Love Connection. So if any of the single ladies out there are interested in a strikingly handsome, looks very great in blue, he's single, ladies. I don't know what he does for a living, but I'm sure he does something. Reach out to me, y'all. We making love connections. But now, Steve, though, all jokes aside, man. So tell me, why are we out here in the middle of, what are these, like cornfields?
Yeah, cornfields.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's cornfields, yeah, for miles, yeah. And beans and soybeans.
And this is, you live in this area?
I live about 7 miles northeast from here, Princeton, Indiana.
The guy that was driving with me, he was like, "Do you know who you coming to meet? Like, are you by yourself?" I was like, "Bro, I feel you, man. I feel you."
Did you bring Pokey?
Did I? And I brought lefty and righty. I was thinking, because if you was gonna get me, this would be you would have got me today.
Yeah, you're rested. Just got back from Africa.
Got to watch him. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I did. We had a great trip out there, man. But yeah, I was excited to get back because I was excited to get back to this session. Especially being in Africa and doing a session in one of the graves there and getting communication in a foreign land. It just further put on me that I felt like, I don't know, we're actually communicating with someone or something. So before you go into your story, I just want to let you know what I tell everyone before we get started with any of this. I don't have any superpower. I am not, you know what I mean? I don't have any, this is nothing that anyone else cannot do on their own. All I use is a Spirit Box app that I've been using for years, and I'm just comfortable with it. I'm here just to facilitate your questions that you have.
Right.
We don't know who we're connecting with. We don't know. I can't sit up here and make a and lie and say, oh yes, we are talking to whoever you're here to speak to. We don't know. We can hope and assume, and we don't even know if we'll get any communication. So I just don't want to set the expectations of like, I just gotta always be honest with it and let everyone know. So Steve, what's the story? Who are we here to speak to?
Okay, it's a man named Earl Clark. And start the story, we go back to when I was 11 years old.
Okay.
And reason 11, because before I was going to school, my mom almost had a nervous breakdown because she said somebody she loved just got killed in a car accident.
Okay.
And you know, that kind of, I was thinking about that through when I get older and older and older. And well, you know, I'll go to the newspaper and find out articles on what I just told you, and the thing about it, I always go to like family reunions, and all people that I know said, "You're not a Rob. You know," and so, you know, you think about that, and you think about growing up. My actual dad didn't really care about me. Now I know why. And now, well, forward about 2 years ago, I did ancestry for a DNA test. You know, except for that, I knew some more Robs that I didn't know, and this and that, and found out, came back, there was 2 people that was a close relation. And I Googled it, and they said that was your siblings. Their last name was Clark. And I did some more research and found out it was Earl Clark that was their father. So if I'm their brother, that means he's my father.
Okay. So let me see if I make sure that I'm following you. When you were 11-ish, you said your mother comes in and tells you someone that she really loved passed away.
Right.
And did you know this person?
No.
You didn't know this person?
No.
So at this point, who did you think was your father?
Some Matthew Robb.
Matthew Robb. And your last name is Robb.
Yeah, Robb.
Okay, so your mother and Matthew, were they still together?
Yeah, but I never did see them sleep together and all that.
Right.
So you could tell there was something
not
right.
all the way clicking. But that's who you thought your father was.
Yeah.
So then at 11, your mother comes in and says someone that she deeply loved just passed away.
Right.
This Clark fella.
Yes.
Okay, boom. Fast forward years later, you get on Ancestry.com. What, you sent in something?
Yeah, they give you like like a little tube,
Yeah.
and you supposed to be spit, I think it was.
Okay, so it's not like the you just filling out the chart online
No.
and they're doing like, you had to send in like some DNA.
Yeah,
Boom. Okay, so you send in some DNA and then you get a hit back saying you have 2 siblings.
right,
So you go out and research the 2 siblings and you find out that their dad is the Clark gentleman that passed away.
right.
So you're curious to find out if Mr. Clark is your actual father.
That, and ask him if he knew that. Did he know? Does he know my mom? And yeah, I mean, and to let him know that, you know, a possibility I could be his son.
Now, is your mother still living?
No.
Okay. Did you ever have this conversation with her?
No.
Okay, so you never even got to have that conversation.
No, and she never did say anything about it. See,
Wow. So, but without you digging all around, the story would have been your mother and Mr. Rob had you, and
Right.
that's your mother and father, and that's it. Had you not done that ancestry test,
right,
there was nothing before that that really led you to believe that something would be different other than you doing this ancestry test.
right.
Okay. Wow. I did not know that we were getting into an episode of Paternity Court in this episode of The Graveyard Shift, y'all. But this is what I love about the PTOs in our community. Like, you can't make this up.
No,
Like, and I don't know what I'm even expecting to happen when we go speak to Mr. Clark,
yeah,
but I am truly, truly interested. So, okay, if you find out Mr. Clark could be your father, then what?
well, I tried to get a hold of, you know, the other matches on Ancestry, like cousins and this and that, and I got a hold of them, and we were going to meet, but that's when COVID was going on, and
Oh, so you've been working on this since COVID, since like 2020.
sort of
Okay,
the tail end of COVID,
got you.
and found out my sister, she's already, because she was a lot older than me, she already died. I was trying to get a hold of the one that said it was my brother, and I think he lives in Florida somewhere, and I don't know. And the weird thing about it, like I said, I used to run around with the person would be my cousin now, and I kind of an acquaintance, and yeah, like I said, we'll see what he has to say.
So if he does confirm, you'll be interested in getting in contact with and learning more about what could be your actual family.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my name, but you know, because you always need like health history and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, yeah, I would love for you to take us. Have you ever been out here before?
no, I was here. What was it, about a week ago? I was making sure I knew where it was, but up to a week ago, I'd never been out here.
So you've never even come visit this person who may or may not be.
No,
Do you have a picture of the guy?
no, I can't find. All I know, he was a Army hero. He had, and he was I think he was a pilot, but other than that, no. I've been trying to get a picture online, but
So you don't even know if you even remotely look like him.
no,
Do you look like your Mr. Rod?
no,
You don't look like him?
no, and I'm taller. I mean, but I got other brothers. You know, I look like them because we got the same mother.
Right.
So
But do they look like Mr. Rod?
I'm not sure. Maybe my oldest brother.
So how many kids supposedly did your mom and Mr. Rob have?
4.
4. And we don't know if any of them are his, or we just think maybe you might not be his.
Well, he treated my older brother better than he treated us, but he might look like my dad. And the other 3, my next oldest brothers recently passed, and I would say he might look like Matthew Robb. The other ones, I'm not sure.
So how was your relationship with Mr. Rob?
Didn't have much. He didn't show any affection. He didn't want to do nothing for us. I mean, he only treated my older brother better than he treated the rest of the family.
So you think maybe in your mind the oldest could have been his and maybe the others were not?
Right.
And that's what prompted him to treat you all the way he did?
Yeah, he probably knew, because that's why he wasn't treating us as good as he should.
Yeah. Okay. Dang, that's kind of heavy, man. I hate that.
Yeah, well, if I knew he was, before he died in a car. Here, I can get car accident. Here's the article.
This is Mr. Rob.
No, this is Clark.
Oh, this is Mr. Clark right here.
Yeah.
1 dead, 2 hurt in 64 West crash. Elman Earl Clark, 46, Fort Branch, was killed in a 2-car crash at 11:15 p.m. Monday on Highway 64. Miss Weiner sustained a fractured right leg and a facial laceration. She was treated and transferred to the hospital. Wow, Clark was dead at the scene, but pronounced dead at Gibson General.
Yeah, internal injuries, and he got his neck broke.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know if you needed that or.
No, that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, let's go take a look and see
Okay.
where Mr. Clark is. Is he kin to the Clark family that's, I guess, buried, like the Clark family? This is the Clark cemetery, so is
I
he
believe. I never knew it existed until I started
digging around? Okay, I'm following you then.
Okay. There's showing it that he was in the Army. PFC, U.S. Army, World War II.
This is Mr. Elman E. Clark, Indiana, private first class U.S. Army. Okay.
And there's his actual tombstone.
And he said, what? Oh, this is his. Oh, okay, got you.
I guess the Army put that there. Or
Yeah,
military, and then
but this is his stone over here.
there's some going in.
Mr. Earl Clark, Spike.
Yeah, that kind of puzzles me too. Why was he called Spike?
Listen, one thing I've learned in life, let me give you a little bit of life advice, Steve.
Yeah.
You don't never question why a man's name is Spike.
Yeah,
If his name is Spike, he earned it.
Yeah.
Nah, Earl, my name is Dalen. I come in peace, love, and respect. I'm with this gentleman here, Steve. We have some questions for you. Yeah, just know that we come in peace, love, and respect, man, and that's the most important thing. I have a way that we can communicate. It's with a speaker, and respectfully, if you would like to speak to us, we can hear from you through it. We might not catch everything you say, but we will go back and listen to it. So anything that you say, I promise, will not be lost. Yeah, we just have some questions that we hope that we can find some truth in, that can maybe give some closure to my friend here. So yeah, I'm gonna set up, and then yeah, we can get started.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I see your new video was loaded up.
Oh yeah. So that's the video I'm releasing today.
Yeah.
Is my trip to Dubai, and I went to one of the resting communities out there just to see how different it looks. And it was cool. It was cool. It was way different than most places I've been.
Yeah.
But it was well worth the experience.
Probably hard to beat it if you try to go on another vacation. I mean,
Oh yeah, that was a once in a lifetime experience, man. My wife, she's an avid traveler, and I am too. But she's been to a lot more places than I have. So we wanted to go somewhere that we had both never been, and I had never been to Africa. That's always one place I wanted to see. So that was just a cool starting point to go to. So Seychelles, Africa. If you haven't seen that video, please go check out that session. We had definitely an interesting experience in the resting community in Seychelles. But here we have your grandson, Matthew, right?
Yeah.
How old are you, Matthew?
8.
Matthew's 8 years old. Have you ever done anything like this before, Matthew?
No.
You don't talk to ghosts?
yeah, he talked to ghosts.
Oh, wait. No, you're supposed to say no. You're supposed to say no. No, do you? You feel like you speak to spirits at times?
Yeah.
Who is it?
It's my dad. He got shot for 2 times,
Yeah.
and him got buried in the grave in where?
Chicago.
Chicago.
No, he died by a drive-by shooting
Yeah.
in Chicago a few years ago.
Oh, so is that would be your son or your daughter is his mother?
My daughter's his mother.
Got you. And then his father was
Yeah.
unfortunately passed away in
Yeah.
an incident in Chicago. Okay. So you say you speak to your dad?
Yeah.
Do you see him?
Yeah.
When do you see him?
And up there.
Oh yeah, for sure, watching over you, right? That's how it is, man. That's how it's good. That's what a good dad does.
Yeah.
Watches over his son and his kids all the time. You talk to him?
Yes.
Does he talk back? Does anybody else ever see him?
I've never seen him.
Who have you seen?
Looks like shadow figures. Strange. I mean, I can't.
And him grandma, that mommy got a heart attack in the apartment.
I don't know. That's your dad's mom.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you feel like your grandson has abilities?
I think he does.
Yeah.
Because the stuff he just all at once starts talking about it. He has to be able to see spirits.
Yeah.
So I think so.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like that's something that you've always had the ability, or?
No, not really. But I didn't really start seeing him more until he came to live with me. So, yeah.
That's interesting. So, Mr. Earl Clark, we would love to hear from you, my man. Steve, you know how this works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with the Sono box, spirit box, and we'll see if we can get some direct responses with that. If not, we'll move on to the necrophonic.
Okay.
And we'll just ask the questions that you want to know. Introduce yourself. Treat it like, a real conversation.
Yeah.
And we'll just see what type of responses that we get. And mind
To
you,
do that, you'll need to be on.
mind you, you've never been out here before, so you ain't never met him before, right?
No.
So you can't come in here all
Yeah.
jackhammer with it. Are you my dad? Nah, I'm just playing, Earl. We got Spike. Your name's Spike. You know you got. I'm sure you got a sense of humor. All right, here we go. Let me get it started, and then we'll come in. My name is Dalen. Can I please speak to Mr. Earl Spike Clark? Earl Spike Clark, are you here? Hold on, hold on, y'all. One second, guys. Probably gonna cut this out the video, so this is just a.
Okay.
Man, don't do me like that. There we go. Okay. All right. Back in. All right. Mr. Earl. Again, my name is Dalen. I'm here with Steve, and I'm here with Matthew. I would love to speak to you. Are you here with us right now, Earl?
Oh, Jack, move it. Move it. So help no one.
Mr. Earl, are you here? If you are here, can you please tell me your name?
Deserve it.
So you don't deserve it?
Got it. Take.
Hold on. Okay. I don't know. So you never even, you had no communication. You don't even know what type of person this man really.
No.
Yeah, 'cause he might not even be into none of this. like it seemed like very standoffish energy when we cut the box on. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to have a real conversation with Mr. Earl. Look, Mr. Earl, like I don't know what your beliefs are. I don't know what you think about this type of thing. And theoretically, he don't know us.
No.
You know what I mean? You don't know us. I know this can be a lot brought on to you. But this is just, if we can look at it from this perspective, there's a young man here and his grandson that are just looking for answers. He was thrust into a situation. I know you heard us talking over there, so you probably over here like, what? Like, this is, in real life, this is like dropping a grown baby off at his doorstep. So we get the magnitude of the situation, but look at it this way. You ain't got to pay child support, man. You already on that side, man. So it ain't no obligation to be filled other than the truth being explored. So we could be way off, and we might be way off. But Mr. Earl, it would just make at least one person feel better just to know. So, Mr. Earl, are you here?
Where? That's just
Can you tell us your nickname so I know that you're here?
And that.
Mr. Earl, do you mind just providing comfort to this one family?
You know, went upstairs through December. Time. It. You want stop? No, I could.
Let me try this, and then I'm gonna let you get to it.
Okay.
Mr. Earl, do you mind maybe trying to speak to me through this spirit box? Can you tell me your name, please? Said I could. But just so we know that it's you, can you tell us your name? Did you hear Spike? Did you hear it, Matthew?
Yeah.
Okay, so Spike, you are here, man. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Now I'm going to pass this along to my friend here who has a couple of questions for you. Do you mind asking or answering them for us? Okay. What would you like to know?
Did you remember back in the 60s that you know a person named Mabel Robb?
Okay, Mr. Earl, do you know a woman by the name of Mabel Robb? You said in the 60s?
Yeah.
From back in the 60s, a woman by the name of Mabel Robb. Do you remember the name Maple Robb, Mr. Earl?
Yeah.
What do you remember about her? Did you ever hang out or spend time with her?
No.
Let me try. Mind you, I gotta go back and edit the video and listen, but I just want to try. I'm gonna go back and forth between these two spirit boxes because I feel like I get two different type of responses. But with the necrophonic, I clearly heard the name Spike,
Yeah, I did too.
like without a shadow of doubt. But I just want to know, Mr. Earl, maybe through this spirit box, do you remember the Mabel
Robb.
Mabel Robb? Do you remember a woman by the name of Mabel Robb?
He wanted. Next. I want to go.
What do you remember about her?
Stuck. Middle. Three.
Okay, what?
About did he know that I was his son?
Okay, Mr. Earl. Let me go back to this other one. Mr. Earl, in your truthful mind, is there a possibility that Steve could be your son? I think he said sure.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard.
Okay. Okay. Why do you say sure? Said he's sitting here. So did you have a relationship at some point with Steve's mother? Can you tell me the name of the woman? No. So you've heard what we were talking about, and we want to know: is it a possibility that you could be Mr. Steve's father? Just some sort of confirmation or truth will make everyone feel a lot better. You said, would it? You said, would it make you feel better?
Yeah, it would make me feel better that hearing from you that you're my father.
Mr. Earl, do you feel like Steve here could be your son? Her paw. Well, is there something that he could do now to verify that information? What should he do? Mr. Earl, did you know the entire time that you were living that this man was your son? Maybe. Why did you keep it a secret? Assuming that he is, why did you keep it a secret? Hold on 1 second. Check the camera. Okay. Try this. So, Mr. Earl, assuming that you did know that Steve was your son, why did y'all decide to keep it a secret? How did you feel about Miss Mabel, right? How did you feel about Miss Mabel? So she said we had children. How many children did you have with her?
The man. What are you?
Did you have multiple children with Miss Mabel? How many do you think it's just you, or do you think it's
It could be my younger brother too,
might be two?
but
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to say, or again, like I said, we have to go back and listen to it. We
Right.
might or may not have. Did you have any questions, Matthew?
I love him.
Oh, I'm sure he does too. What about you, Mr. Steve? I know it's kind of, you just really wanted to ask to get down to the bottom of that. And
find out if he knew, and it sounded like a couple of things that he did say.
right. But again, I don't want to jump out there and it's not what was being said.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to definitely go back and listen. So we're going to find out together when we go back and hear it. But while we're here, is there anything else that you wanted to maybe say or ask? So at least we can get the questions out. I mean, even though we have to go back and, listen.
Yeah. When you had your car accident and you passed on, do you remember what happened?
Something about waiting for an update. Mr. Earl, if you would have still been alive and you would have found out that Mr. Steve is your son, would you have built a relationship with him? I said maybe.
No. Like.
So, Mr. Earl, while we have everyone here, is there anything that you would just like to say? Is there anything you would like for anyone to know while we have your ear? We're here listening. Is there anything you would like to say to Steve? Is there anything you would like to say?
Yeah, one thing.
Go ahead.
Because I read about you. You're a war hero back in World War II, and all the medals and things. And I just want to let you know, I love you, and I wish we could have found out when you were living. Let you know what kind of son I would be.
How do you feel about that, Mr. Earl?
Everything's doing
All right, Mr. Earl, I'm gonna ask you one last question, just straight up. Are you Steve's father?
artificial.
Can you tell us yes or no, please? Sound like you said we proved it.
Only doorway.
Would you want him to pursue further research into finding out if you could be?
And I said, it's you know, it was
You have something you want to say, Matthew?
Well, you know, I love you.
Say I'm your great grandson. Say it.
Hey, great.
You're getting shy.
I understand. So let me ask you this: if I understand why you would want to know, but if research did show that you were not a part of, you were not his child, what would that do to you?
Then, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I think everything looks forward to it is, but if it don't, I mean, then I guess Matthew robbed my actual father.
And that's not something that you want.
Not really, because
I understand. Well, Mr. Steve, man, yeah, I'm anxious to go back and hear everything. I don't know what the responses may have been, and again, we don't know who we might be communicating with. So I wouldn't want to because in my honesty, like, I know you're looking for truth behind a lot of pain.
yeah.
And I just don't want us to because we just don't know. I just urge, if you really want to know, to try to really do a DNA test or meet up, you know what I mean? Really try to find out to get it verified for sure. Mr. Earl, is there anything else you would like to say before we leave? I'm gonna cut on this last one, and feel free. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit. So please feel free to say anything that you would like for us to hear.
What do you trust?
back to
So
Do you have anything else you would like to say, Mr. Earl?
person
There isn't.
cold.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody? Where?
Okay.
Well,
We gonna see, man. I'm gonna go home and get to editing. And yeah. See, put my headphones on and see what we can hear. And hopefully we get some sort of answers. Hopefully we get something in the right direction. And if not, I truly do apologize for, I don't want to waste anyone's time. But like I said, everything's hit or miss. We never know. But I'm always willing to exert the effort to try.
I know. You go beyond what you do. I mean, you come across the United States to Indiana, and it's just I guess a hope. We'll just see what you captured. So we'll go from there.
Cool, man. I appreciate you. Oh, you okay?
Sciences.
Oh yeah, let's get on up out of here. Cause I was about to say I ain't no doctor now. You gonna have me and Matthew out here trying to figure it out.
Well, thank you for doing this.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, can we get a picture with you?
Of course.
That was fun.
Man, cases like that are real hard. Look at me sound like an investigator. Cases like that, but no, stories like that are kind of hard, man, because you see people like Steve and you realize that he's genuinely just seemingly a great guy that just wants the name that he bears to have loved him. And you can't fault nobody for that. And if we can do whatever we can do to try to help facilitate that conversation, I feel it, man. Everybody just wants to be loved. I'm very interested to go back and hear this conversation. Just play it back. Who knows? But that's why I just always try to explain to people, we just never know. Some days we might get a conversation. Some days we might get a brick wall. But this was one of those days that I wish that we just got fluid, in the moment answers. Because if anybody on this earth needed it, it's Steve.